Hi everyone. We're just looking at a rise and fall booking sheet with change stations. Very similar to our other rise and fall, except it's got a few change stations in the setup. What we have, we're recording a traverse up a hill, and naturally from this instrument here we're not going to get right up the hill, so we've got to actually move our instrument. We're moving it twice. So we've got the initial setup A, then we've moved it to B, then we've moved it to C. All right, our first reading is always our backside. Our last reading, which will be C, is our foresight, but it will then be our backside from our station B. Okay, our last reading from station B is a foresight, which is G, but then when we move our instrument to station C, we will take a reading to the last reading from change station B, and that will become our backside for change station C. Okay, and then we just complete this. All right, sounds a bit complicated, but we'll get started with it. So what we do, we've got to put all our places that we've recorded our readings down in this column here, and where we have a change station C and D, we put them on the same line. Okay, so C and D will be recorded on the same line. Then we've got E and F, then we've got another change station G and H, which is on the same line, and then the rest are just single lines. Okay, then we put our readings in. Our first reading is 1200 from station A, it's our backside. Then we put in an intermediate side. Then we have our foresight, which is our last reading. So then we go to C, it's on the same line. Okay, that was C, now we're going to D. We've got 1980, which is our backside. Then we'll have our intermediate sides. Then our last reading will be G, which is 640. Okay, so that's our foresight. Then we go to change station C, and our first reading will be H. So it'll go on the same line. There it is, 1950. Then we have our intermediate sites. Then we have our backside. Okay. Then what we've got to do, we've got to determine the rise and falls and complete this here. Now this has to be very accurate. It's very easy to make a mistake in any of these calculations, but yeah, you've just got to be careful. So we've got 1.2 minus 0.94 gives us a rise of 0.260. 0.940 minus 0.390 is 0.55. Okay, so then what happens, we then continue on down here. We've got 1.998 minus 1.52 is 0.46, and we continue down to here. And then when we come to the change station, we've got our last one is 1.29 minus 0.64 that's our answer there, is 0.65. Then we start again, we go 1.95 minus 1.75 is 0.2, and we just record these all the way down until our last one, which is we'll have our calculation here, 0.79 minus 1.53 gives us a negative number. So when it's a negative number, it goes in the fall column. Our next step is to do the RLs, and we've got a benchmark here of 100, just a convenient number, could be 50, 20, 10. It's just a nice, easy number to start with. So then we've got a rise of 260. We add that 260 mil to our 100. And that gives us that figure there, and we just continue down there with our rises until we get down to the bottom here. We get a fall, so it'll be 103.310 minus 740 gives us 102.57. Okay, so it's a fall. We take that away from the last RL. Then what we have to do, we then do our total backsides, our total foresights, our total rise, our total fall, and then we actually see whether we've made any mistakes in our booking sheet. Our first check is total back sights minus total foresights. So our total back sights are 5.13. Our total foresights are 2.56. So that gives us a figure of 2.57. Our second check, check 2 is total rises minus total falls. So our total rises are 3.31 minus our total falls of 0.740. That gives us a number of 2.57, which matches our first check. And then we've got our last check, which is the first RL minus the last RL, and that gives us a figure of 2.57. These figures, 2.57, 2.57, 2.57, all need to be the same. They cannot be 5 mil difference or 1 mil difference or 2 mil difference. They have to be the same for your sheet to be balanced and be correct. So that's it for now. Good luck.